Congratulations!
Okay, there we go. Right, so I'm looking at the screen there, so it's going to be weird. Right, give me 1 second. There we go, right. Okay. And the cat's been a little pest, so... Right. So, I have done some changes. Obviously you know about these things, but I've upgraded the ground squad to each have... well, basically I've upgraded them to the higher quality. They're now all purple tier. So they've got slightly higher stats. They can take advantage of the kits, which I've got. These are just placeholders for now because I don't have any spares. I'm not doing it for all of them. But basically, whoever's my away team, so that'll be Echo, Betame, Rem and Vrak, they're my away team. They're the ones who are going to come with me in the missions. That's not a major difference. The only ones that might change will be on here, but I'll cross that bridge if and when I come to it. Right, first thing I need to do is I need to very quickly pop to ops because I've also... Well, that was loud. Right, where's the... Oh, that's not the... Oh, is that... It is turbo lift, right? It was going... There we go. Wow, it was going very slow. Right, I need to speak to... Well, I need to speak to read the reports because of the... Nope. That's this one over here, isn't it? Oh, no.
After action report, November 28th, 2154. Commander narrate. It started with an ending as soon.
There you go. Right, so obviously I've got home on there because that's to remind me that I need to do it again. I have got now the morphogenic Polaron energy weapon. As you can see, I've now got the 2 set bonus going on there. Almost maxed that out, but before we do that, I need to get the... I need to decide what marks am I going for today. Let's have a look. I'm still going for the Lucari, I think. Where's it? Personal shields. ISO. That one. No. No upgrade. That one. Gamma task force. That's it. Oh yes, yes. I can go with the gamma marks. So I'm going to do a very quick run of the Borg one again. So, can't have. Yeah. Right. So whilst that's loading up, I will. Let's just do some duty officer stuff. Tip those up. There you go. That's quick, isn't it? Nice and quick. And then we'll go on and do the next part of the Tholian missions. Like Tholian, the Lucari missions, for Tholians are involved. Ooh. I just realised as well tomorrow's Friday the 13th.
Alliance vessel, you were right.
There we go. Right. So we've got like a scimitar on the Alliance vessels. What looks like a Galaxy class? What? Yeah, I think. Wow. I think that's a Galaxy class. I don't recognise that one, the Cyclone type. So you thought. Oh no, that's... Oh wow. Look at that, yeah, that's not quite a Galaxy class, that's one of the variants. Right. So the endeavours we've got going on at the moment, don't worry about that too much. That one. Repair shields. Cat hairs again. Right, so let's see how this tweaked... Oh, I don't want to say improved because it's not quite there yet. Definitely tweaked build. We'll have this one because I remember before I'm up against the one of the cubes, I almost blew up. Got down to like 9% hull. That was about.
Alpha, so our planet killers can arrive safely.
There we go. Right, so we're getting close. That's it. Wow.
Our planet killers are arriving.
Bam. That cube. Cube blew up quite quick. I see there's a couple of us going towards that. Let's go and help them out. Another tactical cube, great.
Tactical cube Delta has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter. The tactical cube at Beta has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
Wow, that is actually going really quick. Okay. So we've got the octahedron to deal with next, which is going to be fun. The fuck was attacking me? Seriously, I can't even see what was attacking me.
Ship has been rescued. We are grateful.
I can't even move. What the heck was attacking me? Well, that was annoying. That was very annoying.
An unseen ship has been rescued. We are grateful.
This is a good omen. This is going quick.
An Epsilon has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
But, oh, God, this is really shit. Why is it only doing this when I'm streaming? No idea why. Oops. Scimitars are out of commission for the moment.
The object carrier has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
That one's getting range. Right. I was pressing the wrong key, derp.
An unseen ship has been rescued. We are grateful. Planet Killer Iota is under attack. The tactical cubed Gamma has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
Come on. I've never been a fan of the whole, full impulses disabled in combat nonsense, but I imagine there's a game limitation why that's in play. Sorry, game reason.
An unseen ship has been rescued. We are grateful.
Oh, that Artesian went quick.
Has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter. A number of cubes have arrived at Lunar Complex Gamma. Destroy them.
Alright, line yourself up. Oh wow, see how much damage I've taken there.
Strange. The cube has gone inert.
Oh, that ship is really absolutely destroying all those cubes.
Stay alert.
It's obliterating them.
Ignore the inert board cubes. Focus on those that are active.
Right, some. We're coming. There we go.
Shields have failed.
Give me range.
Planet Killer Gamma is under attack.
That went quick. That went very quick.
We have analyzed your tactics. We have adapted. We find more
Shows how like having a good team or like one really powerful ship can make a difference.
efficient. You will be assimilated.
Actually, I think that one that says the looks like the Galaxy class might be the Terran
Destroy this monster.
equivalent of it. The one that's in
Fuse cube is
like a beefed up version.
each with an own power source and shield. These sections must be shut down individually.
They're shutting them down so quick. That's it.
We must leave the area.
There we go. How freaking quick was that? That was ridiculous. Not complain though. Not complain. Well, it's nice when a TFO goes fast. Excuse me.
An operation well done. The
Going
fourth
for gamma marks, wasn't I? Yes.
fluid space. Though I
Okay. And I'll probably just like rotate through them. So I've got some marks for each bit. Alright, let's very quickly deal with this. I've got reputation. There you go, that gives me task. Now have, there we go, so do the same again. Gives me another box, sweet. So now, see, that gives me a few extra traits I can pick as well, like passive, stuff like that. Polaron. Yep, inhibiting Polaron rifles, which is interesting, which is one of the reasons why I picked this, so go with that. Let's see what I've got in the box. And it is inhibiting Polaron dual pistols. 185 DPS. Interesting. Obviously, you don't always want to go just for the DPS, but it is something you want to take into consideration. Like, for example, as you can see there, it actually, it's you know, I might actually just keep that for now because the full auto is pretty good. What about this one? What about you? What you got, sir? Yeah, so you got the Polaron beam pistols, which is 185. See, it's a smidgen more powerful, but it's a bit. I think it's a bit faster. Yeah, Polaron damage times 3. So, 5% chance to root to foes, basically stop them from moving. You know, I think I'm going to keep it with the gem I don't want for now, but nice to have that as an option. Very nice to have that as an option. Polarized, that one there. So, for example, damage resistance. Actually, you know what? You've got a pistol. Let's swap that over. There we go. Look about you. Romulan plasma. I don't want that. Tetron. No, definitely don't want that. So, we've got here. We've got Piezo Polaron. Shield regeneration, so that's what 186. Same amount of base damage, but it also has shield regeneration and hit point regeneration. So Piezo Polaron basically does like self-healing, which is interesting. So what's here? It's got a rifle, yeah, full auto rifle. So look at the rifles. Where have we got here? Oops. High density rifle. So yeah, does less damage, but also does healing. Plus also he has the complete set, so yeah, we will see where we go. Right, so that's that done. Let's very quickly, let's say, fill out these Admiralty ones, just to get it done. Won't take me that long. Yeah. I'm focusing on Klingon for the moment to get the dilithium. I'm not too fussed if I don't, you know, fail them. I'm just doing it to move the things along faster. Yeah, 100% food. If I can get there you go. That's not bad. Oh, one more point. It would have been nice. There you go. Let's go for another dilithium one. This dilithium is very useful. Used in almost every project. Right, let me just see as well how much time I've got accrued on this character. I think I'm about an hour away from hitting the 20-hour mark on this character, but let's just find out. So if I go to, I think it's NPC, or is it combat? Right. 19 hours, 16 seconds. So yeah, hour to go. Okay. Let's have a look, see how much dilithium I've actually built up. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can't really do much on that one yet. It does the video. That still makes me giggle. Oh, that one, yep. Let's get some delta marks next. That'll be the next one I go for. That was it. I just got to very quickly check my traits again just to make sure. Right. So space rep, ground. So you've got nothing on there. Ground reputation, passives, damage over time and area effect resistance. Ooh, these are interesting ones here. Lethality, increased critical hit chance. You know what? Let's change that to lethality. There we go. Because I can also, because I've now upgraded them, I can now give certain traits to these ones as well. But I'm not sure why these are not working. That's weird. Let's have a look into that. Why does that not work? Okay, I'll probably look into that later. I'll do that now. I'm sort of faffing around. So yeah, I'm going to keep that. You know what? I'm going to hide that from the tracker. In progress. Boom. So let's just hide that from the tracker for now. We're going to go to the next one, Stormbound. Now there's a lot of quantum phase stuff, which is good if you're doing phaser and things like that. But obviously I'm focusing on Polaron and its variants, so I'm trying to decide which one to go for, because I probably won't be flying this one multiple, but I might just go for, let's have a look. Yeah, see, the impulse engines are good for like doing drain stuff, but I'll probably just go for the emitter array. Better than nothing. Right, let's go to the Nakul system. Then after this, I'll double check to see how much time I'll be heading to Starbase 1 just to be on the safe side. Okay, the Nakul system. Nakul.
Good to see you again.
Man, there's a slight change to the ship as well, visually.
The Tholians have the quantum phase inhibitor. I've tracked their ship,
The Toxutet.
and I'm detecting some telltale quantum fluctuations within the star. They're trying to use the device. We need to stop them and recover it. First, however, we need to help the Nakul. At this point in their history, they're not prepared to repel a Tholian attack.
Agreed. So the calls for the lead Tholian vessel. Well, then call Helios.
Unidentified vessel. You have entered our space without authorization. If you are an ally of the Tholians, leave now. We have done nothing to provoke their attacks, but we will defend ourselves.
We will render any assistance we can. What do you need?
Thank you. My people have few warships. Any assistance you could provide against the Tholians would be appreciated.
I consider it done. Yes. You can see a little sort of a new paint job, I suppose you could call it. Right. Get closer and deal with the Tholians. If I remember rightly, on one of the pilot ships you can do basically a drifting manoeuvre as well. Not on this ship, but it's like a... I'm sure you can, or I'm possibly hallucinating. Ah. Sneak around your web. Aha. What are you shooting at?
It's as if the star's nuclear fusion is decaying at an increased rate.
Yes, they stole a device from us that interferes with the fusion process in the sun.
So this is your fault? Why would you make such a terrible thing? You caused this problem.
No,
I expect you to fix it, or we will hold you and your people responsible for the consequences.
Oh, Countdown uncredited the device in the future. The Tholians stole it from him. We're just trying to set things right. Oh, and he's
Should have never made that device. I was only focused on the idea, on whether it was possible. I didn't stop to think of all the harm it could do in the wrong hands.
silly Billy.
Stop the Tholians before they shut down the star's fusion. If that happens, the effect on the system will be devastating. the Nakul will lose their home, and life will probably never develop here again.
Helm, laying the course for the star. Full impulse. That didn't seem like a full impulse to me.
The lead Tholian ship has the quantum phase. We're going to use it on the star. We have to stop them. Board that vessel and get it back.
Alright. Take it as the Tholians. Oh, I'm being tractor beamed. Where's it? Oh, there it is. I get closer. I have to go further into the past. Why not just destroy it? Still, I suppose it does have its uses, you know, to stabilise stars that are going out of, you know, decaying and things like that. So it does have its uses, but obviously, like anything of that power, easily converted into a weapon. Tholian recluse. Very pointy. Very pointy ship.
Oh no, they're using the toxic pod.
Bye bye, star. Bye bye. Wow, did we just get caught in... We just got caught in something, didn't we? Right. That's a, that's an unhealthy looking star right there. Very unhealthy. Even get into okay, don't get too right. Signal Cal Dano to join us in the shuttle bay. Red and launch shuttle. Can we not beam over? Is that not? Do we not really know what we're doing?
We've docked with a Tholian ship. The good news is that my scans indicate the quantum phase inhibitor is on the bridge. All we need to do is go get it. The bad news is that the Tholians know we're here. They're not going to give up without a fight.
I mean, okay, they probably got some shields up or some kind of, you know, transport inhibitor. Okay, we're ready.
The Tholians come from an environment that is extremely hazardous to most humanoids.
Which is why they wear suits when they came over to our ship.
Suits to survive.
Right. Oh, there we go. Alright, we just go into the... Ah! Oh, there we go.
Tholians, just as xenophobic and opportunistic in your time as mine.
Ooh, got a blue item. Alright. Defeat the Tholian crewman. Okay. This is the Tholian ship. Oh, see, they're all very spidery type. Captain is still 150k. Kinetic damage. Sweet. course, the Tholians seem to be a little bit more susceptible to podal damage than the Herc. I'm thinking the Herc had, like, you know, resistances up the wazoo, so...
We have to be getting closer to the Tox Utai. Stay alert.
Alright, get rid of this one. Cat's got the zoomies. That's why she's been a little terror. Here, right? If you hear sort of meowing, shouting, and running around in the background, don't worry. It's just her being a little terror. Oh, interesting.
The bridge.
Yes, I can see you. I don't think so. This is a small environment, but yeah, this is just like the area that we're docked next to, close to the bridge. Imagine that scuttle, 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 scuttle. Scuttle, scuttle. Alright. Okay. So focus on the captain. Now, you know what? Let's bring in the You've definitely got the zoomies tonight. Which happens, you know. It's not uncommon for her. Yeah, depression. Depression? Disruptor, wow.
Now we just need to drop that force field, get the quantum phase inhibitor, and get off this ship before the rest of the Tholians get here to stop us.
Drop the field, get the phase inhibitor, I got it. You okay, Fuzzball? You got the zoomies. You really have. Grab it.
Finally, we have the quantum phase inhibitor. I brought this device through time to hide it from the Vorgons, but I never thought the Tholians would steal it. Now we need to hide it where it will be safe from both of them. Are you ready? This will be a longer trip than you're used to taking.
Beam to the shuttle and launch immediately. Everyone can... We're still in our suits. It's been gorgeous.
Set a course for the Ryza system.
Temporal portal to the... Temporal portal. Time travel. Yeah. Well, Tholians... should guess there's temporal shenanigans involved. To Ryza, so that Picard can discover it later. Because we have to make sure that the timeline's preserved. It is a long journey. Ryza. Lesser world. Remember, what happens in Ryza stays on Ryza.
Ryza, early 22nd century. Even the tourists won't be in this region for a few years yet. No one will be looking for the quantum phase inhibitor here. Not now, anyway. Let's try that cave up ahead. It looks like a good spot. Yeah,
so you can't destroy it because Picard needs to find it in the future, which is annoying, but...
Wow, rain on Ryza. I guess they haven't installed the weather control systems yet.
Congratulations, Honored First.
Oh, I just leveled a little bit. Well, I say leveled. Got a specialization point. Buried the Toxutasms. You've got quite a few places.
We have to hide the device very well. I can't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands again. And the Vorgons are very persistent.
Right. Try and remember. Let's just try all of them.
No, that's too obvious. Anyone could find it there.
Right. Try this one.
That's better, but I still think it will be too easy to find.
Right at the back of the cave. Probably be the best place.
That's it.
Or,
Some
or
will be
there.
landed in a few hundred years, but that's a different story for a different captain. Let's get back to your time. We need to check on the Nakul.
Beams up. Yes, because if anyone finds it early, it can cause problems.
Setting course for 24.
Just needs to be left there so Picard can find it. Was it Vash? Possibly one of the two. Either way, Picard was involved.
We need to get back to the Nakul.
They've got time. So lots of like beep, 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 beep all over the place, time and space. Ah, it is alienness.
Return the talks, Tab, and we will let you live.
We no longer have the device. We've hidden it where you will never find it. Nope, I don't think they like that. So, getting close. Right, here we go. I could use mines, but
Leading. My temporal drive has been damaged.
This is Captain Walker of the USS Postok. We are responding to a temporal distress call. Do you require assistance?
no, it's where's he gone? Where's he gone? There we go. Those Tholian webs can be quite dangerous.
What happened to our son? What did you do?
We weren't able to stop the Tholians, but we were able to retrieve the Toxutat and hide it where no one can find it.
I'm sure that will be a great comfort to our citizens as they freeze to death.
Do whatever we can to assist you.
You have done quite enough. Leave us alone. Time travelers and malcontents and Tholians. The whole lot of you can fall into a black hole. Now go. We have to figure out how to save our people. And then we'll take steps to protect ourselves. Time is a weapon, and it will never be turned against us again.
Well, let us know if you change your mind and want to help.
This is Captain Benjamin Walker of the USS Postok. I'm responding to an emergency temporal transmission from these space-time coordinates, but we are no longer detecting the source of these transmissions. Did you lose a time traveler?
Yes, one way of putting it. Yeah, Caldano's ship was damaged and he fell through a temporal portal.
I think you better come aboard while we resolve this. Prepare for transport.
You calm down now? You had your little zoomies earlier? Okay. Okay. Ooh! Monkey ship. Deus Ex Tempore. Hello.
Welcome aboard. First time aboard a time ship?
Time ship.
This ship is from the 27th century. Our mission is to maintain the space-time continuum and deal with situations like these. We need to scan the continuum for Caldano. Would you care to assist me?
Of course. Right, scan the continuum. Right. Are you full matched? Where's he gone? Yeah. Future ships.
Were you able to locate Caldano?
Possible. Oh, it gets complicated when time travel is involved. His ship is in the 22nd century, but these readings are strange.
Enter the temporal coordinates into the transporter.
Beam his ship. Nice. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. That's it. Behave yourself. Oh, there he is. And he's dead. He's dead, Jim. And no nice signs of prison. Yeah, really. I mean, look at him. He looks beat up to fudge. Yeah. He's dead, Jim.
What happened with Caldano?
He's dead, and it looks like he's been dead for centuries, question mark.
No, this was meant to happen. Caldano went further back into the past than you knew. The NX-01 Enterprise, captained by Jonathan Archer, found his ship.
There's the connection to Enterprise.
And his chief engineer activated Caldano's emergency temporal circuit, which returned the ship to its last known time, this one. But by the time that happened, Caldano had been dead for centuries. The Tox Uthat is safe. It was found in the mid-24th century by Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who destroyed it before it could be used to harm others.
Right. Okay, so there's back. Oh god, my eye, I've gone cross-eyed. Then cool. Isn't there anything we can do for them?
Altering the past causes ripples. The effects move through time, shifting everything they touch, and it may take eons for all of them to be seen. The Nakul will survive, although their homeworld will be lost.
Oh, poo.
They will become time travelers themselves, and their actions in the temporal Cold War shape the galaxy you now know. There are some things you shouldn't change, that you can't change.
Sorry, the temporal Cold War?
You could check Captain Archer's old logs for more information, but you will know all about it soon enough. You are entering a dangerous era in history. Time travel, like warp drive before it, will radically change your society. I'll see you again. We have a lot to do.
Oh, farewell, Captain, and thank you. Back to ship. So, I am now a time-travelling Jem'Hadar. As you do. You know, standard things really, isn't it? See? That's quite a...
This is a sad day for the Federation.
Shortest mission, that one.
We failed to save the Nakul system. And our friend from the future, Caldano, is dead. I know you did everything you could. Sometimes, especially when we venture into time travel, things must play out a certain way. So, at least the timeline has been preserved. Captain Picard can now find the Tox Uthot on Risa in the 24th century. Still, let us mourn for Caldano and the Nakul people.
I mean, you can understand why the Nakul are pissed off, though. I think I was going to go for the emitter array. Yeah, go for the emitter array. There we go.
We have been contacted by the Federation from the 29th century.
29th.
The Federal Integrity Commission is charged with protecting the timeline from factions who might want to change history. Considering our recent experiences, we feel the need to better understand the rules of time travel. However, it's important we don't know too much about the future, so we have decided to designate one representative to learn what we need to know.
Me.
Given your record, you were the logical choice. You are to rendezvous with the USS Postok. Her captain will give you a more thorough briefing upon arrival.
Alright, let's see. Oh. Chronometric Polaron. Oh, this looks interesting. Oh, this could be good as a secondary set. There's a lot of good ones in this one. Okay. Ooh. Right. Let me check my build plan. Like, I do have, like I say, a starting build that I'm going for. Okay. So chronometric Polaron beam array. There we go. So that's the one I'm going to go for. Let me see if there's anything else on there. Omnidirectional Polaron beam array. No. Okay, because basically this seems to be used like one of every type of Polaron to allow for all the different advantages of it. So we'll go with the chronometric beam array because that's... There we go, that's makes perfect sense. So you see it does, the base is 646 DPS. But if I swap over for that... So even that straight away gives an immediate increase to damage. Okay, we'll go with that. we'll go with the chronometric polaron beam array. That gives crit D and damage 2, which is nice. But it's the good evening. So as you can see, what they call the proc, or the bonus, however you want to call it, is for every shot there is a 2.5% chance that for 15 seconds I get plus 300 to my Starship Shield penetration rating, which basically means how much I can just punch through and ignore shields. And the base DPS damage is like 646 DPS compared to, like I said, just showed there, the standard Polaron is 614. This is another mission I might end up playing multiple times to get the different. Yeah, the omnidirectionals are pretty jazzy. Like there's an omnidirectional chronometric Polaron beam array here, but I suspect. I mean, this is one I will do this mission again to get all the different items. But I mean, it's essentially the same, except it's the beam array. You have the Polaron turret there. There's the chronometric capacitor, which gives plus 20% weapon Polaron damage, which isn't too bad. Plus 2.7 to weapon power setting, which means all my energy weapons have just that little bit more oomph to them. Starship exotic particle generator, which is good for like science and what they call exotic damage, and plus 20% to torpedo weapon damage. Yeah, I'm trying. Like I say, this is one I will definitely be playing through again, because that's a very nice cop song. But I am liking that for the Starship Shield penetration. I mean, that 2.5% chance doesn't seem like much, but that's every time I fire the weapon. There's a 2.5% chance. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all. So I think I will go for that, just to, one, get the little bit of increased damage, and two, to get the Starship Shield penetration buff, because that applies then to every weapon. You take that for the top damage bonus and the exotic bonus. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if I was playing a 100%, as just said in the chat, if I was playing a science-based character, which I mentioned, they could be like the more sort of like, like gravimetric weaponry, or gravity wells, or Tychon's rifts and stuff like that. Those ones that aren't necessarily classified as torpedoes, mines, or energy weapons, that is what they call exotic damage, and that would, but basically exotic damage is a catch-all for anything that doesn't come under normal weapon types or comes from like abilities and that sort of thing. So that would be a very good console to have if you was doing a Polaron science build. But yeah, this is one, like I say, I am probably going to do this at least a couple of times. First one to get that, second time to probably pick up that chronometric capacitor, and maybe the omnidirectional beam as well, because that's quite jazzy, and that might be good to see. Yeah, that might be a good one to replace. So cause I think you can only have like one omnidirectional one, I think, per ship. I think, but so like looking at that, you can see, yes, it does have a slightly lower DPS compared to the omnidirectional one, but again, it also has 2.5% chance every time that weapon fires, blah 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 blah. But yeah, 100% I am going to go for that one. That one. I mean, if I was going for like a cannon build, I'd be going with the dual heavy cannons and things like that. Technically, I do have cannons on here, but I am going to be replacing the cannons. It's I'm probably going to put like another beam there, because I've got a lot of skills that are focused around beams. But those are very nice placeholders for now. Very nice. Right. Okay, so we are now off to New Kittimer. Bit of temple shenanigans going on. Yeah, you can replay the missions as many times as you want. No, and if you just want to have like your entire front row kitted out with those cannons, you just keep picking the cannons each time. you can just replay the missions again and again and again. There's no penalty to it, just time. In fact, they kind of encourage it. That's why they give you multiple rewards. Yeah, I think I would definitely put that this mission on the I will play this again list. I already did home again over my over lunch break, and that is how I got the Omni turret. So I've now got the torpedo and the Omni turret. Because it's kind of like a turret and it's a cannon, and it's one of the, like changelings and things like that. It's like it covers multiple things, like the torpedo, but it's also an energy torpedo, things like that. Okay, you calm down now? I know, you had the zoomies earlier. So you just jump onto my lap like that, you have to be careful. So once this mission's done, I should then be hit the 20-hour mark, and I will head to I'll head to Earth Space Dock and just check anyway. Oh,
Please report to the
I recognise that ship. But if you've watched Voyager, in probably one of my favourite arcs in Voyager, Year of Hell. That was such a great, like, 2-part episode. That was Year of Hell. That should have been, ideally, either an entire season or the entire show. Should have been like that vibe to it.
It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad you were selected as your time's representative. I can't imagine a better selection. Of course, I already knew you were going to be chosen, but that doesn't change my appreciation. Your recent experiences with time travel have begun a new phase of development, and a perilous one at that. Understanding the rules of time travel is of vital importance.
Yeah. So what is it about the Temporal Prime Directive? I'm assuming you have one?
Starfleet personnel are strictly forbidden from directly interfering with historical events, and are
basically, yeah, Temporal Prime Directive.
We're also restricted from revealing too much about the future.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Serve Starfleet well. Now that the time travel genie is out of the bottle, it'll be hard to get it back in.
But not impossible.
Tech will spread through the galaxy, and species after species will learn the secrets of time.
I mean, I know what the dangers of time travel is, but could you explain it to Echo here?
Time travel can be a very seductive tool. Many would use it benevolently to save lives, worlds, entire civilizations. Many more, however, would use it for conquest, vengeance, even genocide.
Yeah.
Unsupervised tampering
like the Krenim
can be disastrous. Good intentions or not. Prior to the Accords, reckless time travel led to a great war. It nearly undid existence itself. In its aftermath, a coalition was formed to stabilize the timeline and enforce its protection.
A coalition?
Your alliance, the Federation, the Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic, formed the historical basis of this coalition. It's vital that the Alliance holds together. In timelines where the Alliance fails, let's just say it wasn't pretty.
I bet.
In other branches, the Coalition grows beyond the Alliance, and eventually forms the Galactic Union. The Union proposes a treaty to protect the timeline and restrict the use of time travel. We call this treaty the Temporal Accords.
Sounds pretty important, Captain.
It might be the most important event in known history. I would like to take you to witness the signing of the Accords,
Sweet.
so you can see for yourself what the work of the Alliance will lead to, and how important it is to future civilizations. Of course, you must promise to be circumspect in your reports and conversations with others when you return. We don't want to create any disruptions or paradoxes.
So, from this Jem'Hadar's point of view, I have gone from being a guard on a, backwater Dominion planet to serving one of the founders directly, to saving said founder directly, to joining the Federation, and now time travelling, all in the space of what is essentially probably less than a month. From my character's point of view. Yeah.
Are you ready to visit the future?
Yes. Back to the future. So yeah, I've been a busy boy. Been a very busy boy. You okay now? Okay.
Welcome to New Kittimer.
New Kittimer, yep. That's a big transporter room. Okay, let me just look at something. Why is this transporter room so big? Why? Why is it so big? Because generally they notice, yeah, because it is. But you know, like on like Star, like on the Enterprise, the transporters are generally only like a sort of few feet, maybe a couple above people's heads, so that they don't feel squished in, because it generally reflects the size of what they're typically trying to transport. There must be some big members of the temporal accords here. Who knows what's big? That is very true. Plus, I know the Zenkithi are big, but they're more sort of bulky. Plus, as well, I mean, obviously they know that there are some species that we would encounter that are like probably like really tall. So, or maybe it's to do with the old temple stuff. I don't know.
Here we are.
Either way, it's a bit of an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Why is it so big?
Protecting you from any temporal incidents. Purely procedural, of course. You've already demonstrated your ability to remain silent about things you aren't supposed to know.
Look, I've worked for the Dominion Power, okay, and we know how to keep things. Oh, anyway, hello.
Welcome, gentle being, to the signing of the Temporal Accords. Your biosigns aren't listed on our register today. I'll need to... Wait. I know you. I wrote a paper about you in classical history class at the academy.
What?
I must say, you look much younger than your holo images.
I mean,
what year did you come from?
And here's the thing about Jem'Hadar as well, because they're sort of squeaky chat. No, it's very, very windy here, and for some reason my window has got a very slight gap in it. Very, very slight, enough that when the wind's going past it at like a pretty hefty speed, it sounds like it's making a noise when it goes past it. I've never been able to find where this crack, where this leak is, but it's like, if you hear like a very, very loud sort of squeaky noise in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, big winds. That's basically what it is. The annoying thing is, I literally cannot find where this gap is. Like, I've looked all around, I've tried to put things, it's like, because I can only like search for it when the wind is actually blowing. It's So if you hear it, ignore it. It's nothing dangerous. It's just annoying. But something I need to point out as well is Jem'Hadar are also quite young, because they're a mass-grown species. They're not cloned like the Vorta. They're just grown en masse. So in many ways, like a typical Jem'Hadar, like what is it? You have double glazing. Yes, I do. I do have double glazing. So it could be related to that. Good point, actually. Yeah, I do have double glazing. Makes me think it actually is that. But yeah, what is it, like a 10-year-old Jem'Hadar is considered an honoured elder. So if I remember rightly, like they mature by the time we would call, typically, assuming they're not like accelerated growth, like they are fully grown by like a year, something like that. Hey, back to the plot. Yes, I come from 2410. Look for the little vents, more likely at the top of the windows. One might be. That's a good point. Because it's it could also just be the way the building's designed. But that's a good idea. I'll have a look at that when I get a chance. It might just be just like I say, just like one of the tiny vents is just not 100% closed. But I'll have a look. I'm not gonna do it now though.
Oh, that explains why you look so young.
I'm a Jem'Hadar. Of course I look young.
You sure have an eventful future ahead of you.
What?
Forget I said that. I'm not supposed to say things like that. To be honest, I'm still getting used to the new temporal regulations. they can be a little confusing.
I bet.
Anyway, the TIC crews are scrubbing the hull for anything that might cause a paradox if visitors from the past, like yourself, encounter them. It will be just a few moments.
Okay.
Perhaps you would like to chat with some of our other guests here in the lobby. I believe they have all been cleared for trans-temporal interactions. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Indeed, thank you. Alright, so, alright, let's have a look at this. Who's this person over here? Who's this? Protest.
The Nakul are here to protest the signing of these unlawful biased accords.
Why?
The Tholians ravaged our homeworld thanks to the Federation's ineptitude. In one dark moment...
Awkward.
was nearly lost. And when we needed the Federation the most, we were denied.
I mean, for me, that was like only a few hours ago.
Criminals, the dregs of the galaxy. These words, these deeds will never be forgotten.
Kind of our fault. I'm not sure what the tragedy of the past has to do with today's events.
Today, the Federation and their lackeys come to tell the galaxy which timeline is best and what they'll do to keep it that way.
Yeah, because they want to change history, but everyone's like, no.
To tell us that their history is more important than ours.
So you would change the past despite the risks? You could undo your own existence.
My existence? My existence has been nothing but hardship and pain. The life of an exile. I'd gladly sacrifice it to restore my homeworld and prevent the mass exodus of my people. Don't tell me you wouldn't do the same were our places reversed.
I'm a Jem'Hadar. I am a genetically engineered soldier. I don't have a homeworld. You know, I was born in like a little pod, but if I went back and changed the past, too much could go wrong. Far too much. But I understand where you're coming from.
Greetings, friend. How may I help you?
Now, you know the guy I was talking to on Earth Space Talk about different things? Yeah, it's this guy. It's like, yeah. He, like, did you recognize me? Oops, wrong one.
Pretty certain we haven't met until just now.
Yeah, we haven't met from his point of view.
From the Academy as a temporal agent. That being said, it's quite possible that we will meet in the future. Well, my future. Tell you what, I'll try to act surprised when it happens.
You know what, just because of the whole thing, you know, of fiddling around with temporal stuff, then it's like, you know what, I'm just going to back away from this conversation politely.
Attention all guests. The main hall is now open. Please make your way to your seats.
Was that Marshall Barrow? I'm not sure if it was, but it sounds very much like her. Or like someone doing a very good impersonation. Yeah. Now, I do know that from a gameplay point of view, that the reason why the corridors and everything else like this are so big is because of the cameras. I know that. But from an in-universe point of view, it's a little bit disconcerting. Oh, there's a Orion there. Hello. We know the Orion joined the Federation eventually. Oh yeah, this is like... You know, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can actually see. See. Look at that. Remans. Hello. Just because... Again, I freaking love how this game is basically just like a way of having screenshots generator for me. That's a lot of people. This is a big auditorium. Right. So speak to the observers. Like, so we've got Romulan, Vorta, a Breen, a Tholian. Which one's that? That is a Defari, Zindi, and a Cardassian. Alright, let's just let's just start one side and work our way along. Let's all chat with the Romulans.
Jolan True, you are from the past. From before the time the Romulans joined the Federation, I'll wager. How strange all of this must be for you.
Romulans joining the Federation? Ooh.
This is truly a momentous day for all.
Although I do like the, it's like, in a lot of the stories I've seen about, like different cultures joining the Federation, like officially, they still keep like the things that they are good at. Like the Klingons, when they join, are like, okay, we will become the Federation's security. We will protect you from threats from within and without. When you want to rumble, we will handle it. That will be our role in the Federation. And everyone's like, sweet. The Romulans become the more, well, they do what the Romulans do best. And actually they are very good at sciences, so they get on with that. Plus, their knowledge of Borg technology is probably only beaten by those who've actually joined the Borg. And of course, Romulan covert abilities, specifically the things like the cloaking device and stuff like that, are pretty good. Yes, it is. Indeed it is. I shall be positive.
I am honored by the Founders and pleased to observe this most historic event. Although the Dominion was not greatly affected by the development of time travel, we have an interest in safeguarding the time stream.
And, in many ways, the Dominion is almost like, I'm not going to say the mirror of the Federation, but they are, because they're mirror universe and all of that, but they are like almost like the anti-Federation, whereas the Federation wants, you got the Federation, the Dominion, and the Borg. They each have different ways of getting people to join their groups. Like the Federation do it through diplomacy, the Borg do it through assimilation, the Dominion do it through, it's like, yeah, join us or we're just gonna, beat the shit out of you. Intimidation, things like that. Plus, of course, changelings and the Founders, they have like a genetic link which is like really impressive. So there's every culture has their own benefit they can bring to the table, which is always good. Which is basically what the Federation's about. Right, Defari. Now, you know what? Let's have a chat with the Defari.
Well, the Accords promise to safeguard the time stream for us all. I can't help but ponder the opportunities for temporal abuse that will remain after they are signed. I fear great imbalance could occur, despite the very good intentions of all the signatories involved.
Right, the Defari were a original race created for Star Trek Online. They may have been mentioned like one or two lines in like the lore or something, but never actually seen. Like it's they do try to use establishing ones first, but occasionally you just like, what, we need a species that can be just that, very similar to what we need. So they will create one, and they have to go through the IP holders and things like that, because the game is, it's not strictly speaking canon in the traditional sense, but it fills in a lot of the gaps, and many people, myself included, are like, what, until this is, and I think when the game began, this is how it started, but it's changed a little bit now. But originally the game was considered to be soft canon, in that anything that they say is official until contradicted by either a film or the other shows. But it's diverged into its own sort of thing now. But it's still, using official things. So they've got to be a bit careful. But the way that Lower Decks ended, I won't say too much, but let's just say that the way Lower Decks ended has opened things up in such a way that it means that Star Trek Online could, and in many ways is, back to being canon again. But I will say no more, because spoilers. Let's talk to Breen.
Time travel is a coward's weapon. The Breen conspiracy relies on life in the present, rather than the memory of the past, or the dream of the future.
Agreed. I like your approach.
The Tholian Assembly has decided to support the Accords. We are concerned that a rogue individual or species could disrupt our development. The Accords do not go far enough. We want to end all time travel for any reason. We will continue to lobby for change aggressively. Should the Union fail to preserve the timeline, the Assembly will succeed by any means necessary.
Yeah, like even the Tholians have. Well, I won't go into too much, but they are good. No, to join the. But it's again, a culture that we've had like major problems with. And and then from our point of view, we were literally fighting them like only an hour ago, and we're now sitting down to deal with this. It's more a case of like, look, we're never going to get on 100%, but we both agree this is a big no, and that's a that's a meeting point. We can work with that. Even the Tholians are like, yeah, we agree. We don't really particularly, we're not going to be best friends, but we're not going to be enemies. And I like that approach. It's like, because not everyone is going to be absolutely perfectly happy with the Federation. Was it the great line that was in Deep Space Nine? What was it? Was it when Quark gave Garrick a root beer and he used it as a metaphor to describe the Federation? Absolutely great line. Can't remember what it's off the top of my head, but if you've seen Deep Space Nine, you should know the episode I'm talking about. Right. Then we got over here. We have got the Xindi.
The Xindi are no strangers to temporal affairs. The tragic conflict with Earth in the 22nd century and our manipulation by the Sphere Builders are matters
Enterprise.
of deep shame for us all. We support the Accords with the hope that they will prevent such tragedies from this day forth.
Yeah, that was the irony about it. The Sphere Builders were basically manipulating the Xindi to go to war against the Federation. Sorry, not the Federation, because it wasn't the Federation then. No, that happened after Enterprise. But with Earth, which would become the Federation, but when they realised everything was going on, they were being manipulated and everything, they were like, yeah, we done goofed. And it was one of those sort of things. It's like, yeah, that could have really effed things up, which is what they were trying to do. It didn't work.
I must say, I am privileged to witness this historic event. Truly, it is a singular honor. I'm humbled, as I'm sure you are as well.
And in many ways, I actually do like the Cardassians as a culture. Like the way that, well, not as a culture, as the individuals. With a few exceptions, obviously. Gul Dukat was a complete asshole, but it was played brilliantly. But Garrick, like the scientists that they are. I mean, that they've got plans within plans and stuff like that, but they actually make very good scientists and diplomats, because the vast majority, not all of them, but the vast majority of Cardassians have close to photographic memory, or like what we would call eidetic memory, or at least it's like. It's just something about the way their brains are very organised brains, I suppose might be more of a better way to describe it. But they make very good operatives at the more complicated things. Also quite industrious. Unfortunately, their history has problems. But hey, Earth's not Britain, UK is not exactly what we call perfect either. So. Right, I've got some more observers over here. Oh, last one. Oh, hello. There's some more. Oh, there's lots more over here. Who's this? Oh, the Nakul. Let's speak to the Nakul.
The Nakul are not here to sign these accords. We have already been victims of time-traveling aliens. But somehow this incursion into the timeline has been overlooked. Perhaps because of its importance to the founding of the Galactic Union. We proposed an amendment to restore our home world in the timeline, but it was rejected. Therefore we are here, with all eyes of the galaxy upon us, to point out the hypocrisy and unlawfulness of these accords.
I suspect your protest will fall on deaf ears today. Right. Got some remaining delegates. Let's speak to the remaining delegates. Okay, we have... Who we got? Oh, hello. Who we got here? We have got the Kabali.
We Kabali are quite thankful to see the Accords go into effect.
And the Kabali were featured in Voyager.
Customs could be tempted to return to a point in time where those customs could be disrupted permanently.
Yes, and well, no one here is without an enemy that would see them erased from time. Yeah, this is a true mutually assured this destruction type thing. The Borg Cooperative. Not the collective, cooperative. These are essentially the good Borg.
The Borg have a checkered past when it comes to time travel, particularly where the Federation is concerned.
First contact.
We've had the chance to make amends. The Cooperative is proud to be a part of today's proceedings.
Now, I know Picard's was a bit controversial in many ways, but I did actually like that they essentially brought the Borg Cooperative into play. So that was something I've always liked from Voyager, is the good Borg, you know, people joining them willingly. Like, you know, it's like, we can help you. You know, you got things going on. Yeah, you can join us. It doesn't mean you have to join the collective. We will copy your memories into the hive mind as much as you're willing to share. And then once it's done, you're free to go. And it's essentially, you know, for some people like severely injured, they are like permanently linked in, because for a lot of people it would be quite interesting. And I myself, I will freely admit, if I had a chance to join the Borg Cooperative, I would. I wouldn't join the Borg Collective, but the Cooperative? Yeah, because you still have your individuality. Now, if you don't want to share everything with the hive mind, you don't have to. But, you know, it's like having like the entire internet, but all the stuff that you want filtered and being like, boom, in your head instantly. It'll be. I know. Yes. So I like the Cooperative. I very much like. Right, here we go. We've got the let's play to the Federation.
Your uniform. 25th century, correct?
Correct.
You're definitely a visitor from the past, and an honored one at that. Welcome to the 28th century. I hope you'll enjoy seeing what your work and sacrifice has wrought.
Well, make these Accords work, and you'll honour me quite nicely. Kapla. Right, we have a Ferengi observer.
These Accords are going to provide quite the opportunity for historical studies of economic matters. I hear the Grand Nagus is going to formally announce several new temporal rules of acquisition soon. I hope at least one of them covers going back in time to beat someone to a deal.
Yes, or one that replaces the rules of acquisitions entirely. That'd be quite unpleasant. Let's speak to Lucari.
Greetings. Pardon me for saying so, but you look very familiar. Have we met before? Wait, I remember you from my history studies. You saved our homeworld. There's a statue in your honor in the capital city on Lucari Prime.
What?
Oh, wait. That's already happened for you, right?
Not yet.
Just my luck to cause a paradox here, today. Can you imagine?
I mean, that is quite fair, because I did help to save one homeworld and accidentally destroyed another, so there is balance. But, I mean, I would like to see that statue one day when it's. But I mean, being the first violator of the Accords would be unwise, I think. And the Orions.
I am reminded of a quote from ancient Earth. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
I'm not going to say that bottom one. An interesting perspective. Let's speak to the MC. Let's get this party started.
Will you stop headbutting my hand? I know you want attention, but stop it.
Well,
one of our very special guests. It is so nice to meet you. I am Wixit, your humble master of ceremony.
She's
Wouldn't you say? So exciting. The
Neelix's species.
So you should find your seat. But
Talaxian.
I'd love to chat with you after the signing.
Yeah, she's a Talaxian. Yeah. It's about time.
Delegates and honored guests, your attention please. The signing ceremony is about to begin. Please take your seats.
Okay. Right. Park our butts. Who am I sitting at? Who's this? Ah. This is, oh, it's a Vulcan, and it was a bit dark, but never mind.
Representatives from dozens of species have gathered to witness this historic event. It looks like they are getting ready to begin the formal signing. Of course, this is largely ceremonial. The negotiation...
Oh.
Wait, there is some kind of disturbance.
This oppression will not stand. The time stream shall be free. We will liberate the galaxy from the tyranny of the temporal accords. We shall wipe the stain of the Federation from history.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea.
Quick, get the delegates to safety. The Krenim are taking the delegates hostage.
Yeah. The Krenim. Krenim.
The Krenim have grabbed the delegates and are holding them hostage in some nearby office.
The reason why I mentioned Year in Hell earlier.
We're facing a major temporal flux here. The hostiles have neutralized embassy security, but it looks like they weren't expecting us to be here. It's up to us to rescue the delegates.
This is why you brought me and the boys along. Of course, this is what we do best. Alright lads, you know what to do. Standard rescue protocol. Let's go out there and kick some bottom. Yeah, I like the idea of like the Jem'Hadar basically becoming, you know, the Federation's shock troops. Like, when you want day-to-day security, you know, fights and rumbles, speak to the Klingons. You want the shock troops, the elites, really, you know, because we can freaking cloak, sorry, shroud.
Neutralize them as quickly as possible.
We don't cloak, we shroud. There's a difference. It may sound like I'm being pedantic, but it's not. Because cloaking and shrouding are two different things, although they have the same effect. I'm trying to remember if it's.
The Krenim are holding us hostage in the embassy offices. Please, anyone, help!
No, we're not going to have that. We are going to. Right. Oh, stand there. I'm an idiot. I am a complete numpty. I just went up to the wall. It's like, why is this door not opening? Because that's not a door. That'll be a wall. Yeah. You saw what just happened. We report. We do not put that in the logs, okay? Right.
The Krenim are holding us hostage, requesting immediate assistance.
I'll wait.
Hang on, we're on our way.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously, no. In major battles, we would of course invite the Klingons to join us.
And your safety cannot be guaranteed.
Because that would be rude not to. But you know, when you need, like, you know, the sort of.
I shall live to serve the Founders another day.
And of course, we serve.
Thanks to you, of course.
Of course. And whilst I do have a bit of a, well, this character, let's just say, I personally, as a streamer, gamer, Star Trek family, wouldn't call me. I like the Vorta because of Jeffrey Combs. But as this character, does not get on with one Vorta in particular. Oh, Loris is okay though. Loris is alright. She respects us. And she now provides us with free Ketracel White, you know, whenever we need it. So, you know, I can't be disparaging to her.
You saved my world, and now you saved me. I'm beginning to like you.
Well, the feeling's mutual, Ambassador. Stay safe. I like the Lucari. Yeah, for a species that, you know, from their point of view, only a few years ago didn't even, you know, really know of anything outside of their system, they've adapted surprisingly well to the galactic community and have actually been quite good. Also, they use Polaron-based weapons, which is nice. Right. Damn it. Oh, I'm slowed down, Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got... let's see, 2 more there. Okay, that makes sense. Oh dear. He's dead, Jim. Right, next. Krenim. Oh, really? So who's in here? Okay, we have... Oh, God, I'm trapped in a... Oh, that's annoying. Looks like the Breen representative. Oh, no, and the Klingons. Hello.
It was a good day to die for the Krenim.
Well said, Ambassador. Right. Okay, so we've got 1 more to rescue. Alright. Stop freaking stasis fields! Oh, damn it. Alright. Oh, I've received 1,000 kinetic damage. I've got an achievement for it. Right, who's in here? This is the Fari, I believe, and the Orions.
I thought my life path was at an end. My thanks for proving me wrong.
You're welcome.
This wasn't supposed to happen. History says the Accords were signed and there was no mention of an attack.
So things have already been tinkered with. That drone is massive. I'm trying to think where I've seen those before. Like a design very similar to it. It's probably like on Stargate or something.
Those look like Krenim ships.
Krenim ships, right, okay.
This conference will not continue. I won't abide it. All ships fire at will. Leave no survivors.
What's Will got done? Leave Will alone. It's an old joke and I'm not going to get and I'm going to apologise.
Wait, I recognize that ship.
Yeah.
Oh, not this time. This time, you will not prevail. Taste the strength of failure.
But yeah, the way you said that was like, he's met us before. Some kind of... Then again, you know, when you're dealing with time travel, things get a little bit wibbly wobbly. There we go. And open fire. Okay. Dude, what are you shooting at? There's nothing there.
Nakul have used the Krenim attack as a cover to attack the temporal sensor array. All our forces are tied up fighting the Krenim. We can't afford to lose that array. It monitors the time stream for incursions. If it were damaged, people could travel into the past without being detected. Curious. The Krenim and Nakul vessels have started fighting each other in the confusion. Let's make the most of that, shall we?
Understood. Helm, set an intercept course. There you go. I see you there. Yeah, this ship's starting to become a little bit more powerful. Although, to be fair to myself, the Herc were, you know, I think I suspect they have like an they had like a resistance to Polaron because of, you know, fighting the Dominion and things like that. It's not for definite, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's why I was. Plus, also, you know, lower level, you know, not as well developed build, things like that.
You've got the Krenim on the run over here. Stay focused on the array.
Working on it. Almost shot the array there, that would have been a problem. Yeah, see, then the cool stuff have shields which can make them immune, which are very annoying. But if I have weapons that can bypass their shields...
We've cleared out most of the Krenim ships. Engaging Anoraks now.
The Anoraks. Yeah. That ship. The one that Voyager went up against in No Year of Hell. The one that was captained by Red Foreman.
I seem to remember a little about him from my briefing on your timeline. He was a Krenim researcher on the Anorak's timeship project, if memory serves.
Yeah, bit of a spoiler, but obviously, you know, yeah. He helped us against the Iconians, which is why he recognised us. But there's been temple shenanigans, so...
To investigate. I'll accompany you, but I can't interact with anybody from your time. I'll open a portal when you're ready. Are you ready now?
Wow, didn't give much time, did you? Yeah, this is one of the downsides to playing the arcs out of order, and jumping around like I did. Simply because like there will be the occasional references and things like that. But to be fair, for the most part, they don't. It's not a major problem. And if they didn't want you to be able to play the arcs in order, they wouldn't give you that feat out of order. They wouldn't give you that feature. It's designed for people like myself who have played the game, you know, back to front many times, and they can just go straight to the arcs that we like the most. Because, you know, there's no point in doing like level 1 missions when I can go straight to the high-end stuff. Yes. These are the friendly Krenim.
Welcome back to Kiana. We hadn't expected to see you again so soon. To what do we owe the pleasure?
I have some questions about Noya.
Noi?
Noi, sorry.
He's been working on some secret project of late.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, he's been more than a little hostile. And that's saying something for Noi. I was about to check in with him. If you would like to accompany me.
Please, lead on, Supervisor. So that's the thing, the majority of the Krenim, pretty chill. But some of them are, like with any cultures, some of them are dicks. Hello.
Oh, it's you. I thought I'd seen the last of you after you flew off to your great victory over the Iconians. Well, what do you want? I'm very busy.
What are you working on?
Come now, you can read, can't you? Access my latest report to command if you want to know what I'm working on. Feel free to waste the time of the charming bureaucrat standing next to you, but I'll thank you to stop wasting mine. Now, if this interrogation is over, I've more important matters to attend to. Good day.
You know what I mean? Some of them are nice, some of them are dicks. We are not done, Noi. And what's your tone?
Like I said, more than a little hostile. He's been like this for some time now, and no one's sure why.
We have reason to believe he may be plotting treason. Would it be possible to see what he was working on?
Treason? Noi? I mean, sure, he's been difficult to work with, but... Oh, I hope you're wrong. Noi has top-level access to everything we're working on here. I don't need to tell you how much damage that could do in the wrong hands. Let me call up his files.
Oh, thank you, Supervisor.
He was working on the Anorax. Wait a minute. It looks like he was accessing the launch protocols and docking clamp.
Gemma does scanning her for those. I think she's dead. Oh, great. Oh, great. There's a bomb. And another one.
Ah, I see you found my farewell gift, Tralla. I'm so glad. As for you, I'm taking command of the Anorax now.
Yeah.
I can see that bothers you
A
greatly.
ship literally designed to weaponize time.
I've left behind.
It's a very... Ironically, the Anorax is probably one of the most dangerous ships in... Well, yeah. In the entire, in the entire Star Trek canon, I suppose you could call it, because of what it is fully capable of doing. Like, it can literally erase cultures from existence. It is that powerful. Of course, it has to do it in a very specific way, and it can't do it all the time, but it is fully capable of doing that. Again, for more information, watch the Voyager episodes, Year of Hell. It goes into that in surprising, amount of detail of what the ship can do and how dangerous it is. I mean, none of you tried to... Seriously? Look, you're... Oh, for crying out loud. Fine, I'll revive her. Oh good, she's not dead. You lot. We're gonna have words later. How are you doing?
Noi stole the Anorax? I can't believe it. How could he do such a thing? What drove him to betray us like this?
Maybe there's a clue in his personal logs.
There's only one way to find out. Computer, bring up the research notes and personal logs of researcher Noi. Authorization Tralla 23, Victor 6 Sigma.
Thank you, Supervisor. Right. Yeah, go to the medical bay. Get yourself a some. You look rough. Seriously, none of you helped her. None of you.
Please input your selection below.
Let's go through them in order.
Personal log supplemental. We had some visitors from the Alliance today. Noi was rather rude to them, but I managed to smooth things over. This time. Still, he has good reason to be stressed. The war isn't going well, and there's a lot of pressure on...
This is the war against the Iconians.
He could be a bit more agreeable, however. Perhaps a peace offering. Those Terran snack cakes he's so fond of with the... What is the word? Nougat. Tried to tell him about the baby again last night.
Oh, baby!
He was so stressed out. I just couldn't add to his burden.
Oh.
Down a bit soon, and I can tell him.
Oh no.
Positive note. My work is progressing quite well. I believe these logs should now be shielded from any kind of temporal incursion.
Oh no, I can see what... Even again, disclaimer, I have played this game quite a few times before, and this arc in particular. But even so... Yeah, this was kind of my reaction the first time I played this, and it was like, oh... I think I can see why he's pissed.
Please input your selection below.
Personal log supplemental. My review of the time capsule files is complete. What I have learned has shocked me to the very core of my being. I had a wife, and she was pregnant. My wife and unborn child were murdered by the Federation and their allies.
Yeah.
Devastated my people, murdered my family, and erased an entire species from time and space. I cannot let this stand.
Well, the Anorax is very dangerous.
I shall not rest until I have restored my family or avenged their deaths. Time itself shall be the instrument of my vengeance.
Yeah. you can kind of understand why this dude is just so pissed.
Personal log, supplemental. At last, I have found them, the Tutarians. Or rather, what they have become. Some of them managed to escape the treachery of the Federation, finding sanctuary in a trans-dimensional void. They are powerful. So powerful that some primitive species worship them like gods. And yet, they are trapped in their realm, no longer able to exist within prime space.
Because they don't. Their species doesn't exist in prime space.
I can release them from Durance Vile with these builders at my side.
Builders.
Have my vengeance.
Yeah. Builders. People who built the spheres. Who turned the Zindi against the Federation. Well, not Federation, against Earth. Those builders. Yeah.
Please input your selection below. Download complete.
I imagine that probably won't be that of much importance to many people, but it's like when I get around to playing the Iconian War arc, you will understand a lot more. That would be like a flashback. But it's
has returned, and he's made a number of
again, if you've watched Enterprise and Voyager, it's a way of linking them together. I mean, again, you can very much understand why this guy is so pissed, because not only was his wife and unborn child erased from existence, apart from a few logs here and there, her species were erased from existence because of reasons.
I have been waiting for this for a long time. At last, I take the first fateful steps upon my path of vengeance.
We can't see it. It's like, I just saw you. Where did you get your allies? Obviously, from our point of view, he was only gone a few minutes, but from his point of view, you can tell by the beard and everything, classic way of doing it, he's been gone for a while. They will be your last if you're not careful. Stand down.
As always, your thinking is so limited. For you, it has been moments, but for me, it has been years.
Yep.
Years of planning.
That's a thing. Time travel.
Return to this moment in time to end you.
This doesn't have to happen, Noi.
Oh, but it does, believe me. You took them. My wife, my unborn child. Time was your weapon then, and it is mine now. With it, I will eradicate your wretched alliance, just as you wiped the Tutarians from history. But first things first. It's time for you to die.
I don't think so. You're a scientist, not a starship captain. Give it up. Now.
This is Walker. We've got our hands full with Noi over here, but we'll keep him busy while you defend the station. We could use a hand once it's secure, though. Anorax packs quite a punch.
I would imagine so. He's probably done some tinkering with it. Anyway, acknowledged. Oops. Yeah, he's had years to tinker the ship.
Noi's learned some new tricks. This definitely isn't the same Anorax we left a few minutes ago.
Yep, he's pimped it out. Now let's bring in the support ship. Yep. There it is, I see it. I see the Anorax over there. Right. It's getting close. There we go. See it. Ooh. Pointy ship. Oh, that first salvo just almost destroyed the hull. he's engaging his temporal engines, and he's gone. Oh, hello. Yes. There we go. Come on. Oh, that was a Chronoton torpedo we just fired there. They're very sparkly and rainbowy. After a while, you kind of get used to like what the different weapons look like just by their visual appearance and their audio. Yeah, see? Chronoton torpedo. Oh, cutscene's playing twice there. Yeah, temporal loop.
Oh, there you are. I thought we'd lost you. What happened to Noi?
Well, he disrupted our warp field and made his escape in the chaos.
Damn. A rogue agent out there with a ship like the Anorax is a real big problem.
Mm-hmm.
One step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready for the trip.
Okay. So, that's who we're dealing with for this part of the arc. We're dealing with Noi and the Anorax and temple shenanigans. I know. Yes. Right, so I said I was going for the Chronoton beam, didn't I? For this one.
So, Noi turned against us, huh? This is troublesome. With his theft of the Anorax, he poses a great threat to the galaxy.
Not just the galaxy.
Sadly, I don't think we've seen the last of him. The surprise actions of the Nakul are also a concern. What could they be up to, I wonder? Regardless, I think you'll agree. The battlefield just got a lot bigger.
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna go with the like I said, the chronometric Podaron beam array, because this is planned to be part of one of my weapons anyway. So I will pick that, but I will mark this for a thing because that is a very handy console to have, and that is very handy Omni beam to have, and I might use that to replace my Omni beam at the rear, but I haven't 100% decided yet. But for now, we'll go the chronometric. I know. And then
the data from the future you've provided has made it clear. We need to form a stronger alliance with the major galactic factions. To that end, we're sending delegates to the first Alliance Summit. This could be the beginning of a new age, and your presence there could ensure the summit's success.
Excellent.
Meet our delegation at the embassy on New Romulus.
Ooh, hello. Right, so we got like... Now, this gear set is actually pretty good. This is one of those ones that you want to at least... You know, if you haven't decided what you're going to have for your ground gear for your captain, you can do this. Plus, you may even want to run it a few more times to maybe give it to one of your crew, like because you have. Look at that one, plasma damage. Look at those resistance ratings there. Then you have the temporal operative personal shield. Summons a level 60 distortion for 10 seconds. You are immune to all damage, which is what they were throwing up around their ships. You've also got the assault cannon. It is plasma damage, which unfortunately does mean I can't use it as part of my Podaron build. But I'm probably gonna take the I mean, I could go with the minigun because that's again that's plasma. But I will probably go for the shield just for the lull of. Now, when shields drop below 10%, automatically applies time slip once every 60 seconds. So I'm probably going to go for the shield for this one to take that. So I will accept the mission. So it's in my log. And I will very quickly go into the thing and apply. Where's it gone? Here we go. So yeah, I'm going to replace the basic Podaron weapon with the chronometric one. That will go in there quite nicely. Again, I will replay that mission again at some point, but if you look, I've also now maxed out this one. I've also now got what's it? I can now, even though I've got the, I can put it, even though I have unlocked it on the account anyway. If I hadn't, I would now be able to do so. But you can look at this and you see. Actually, show it down here. That might give you a better. There you go, 935 DPS plus everything else as well. Very, very nice. Right. So I am pretty sure now I have gone over 20 hours on this character. So let's just have a quick check. Yeah, 20 hours and 29 minutes. So I'm gonna head back to. I may have to log out and back in again for this to kick in. But I was going to speak to Philip Gray in again. It's a space dock. Oh, I'm using the Aegis shield as well to give that sort of Tron-like look to the ship. It gives it sort of like a blue tone and like a neon edge to it, and I think it looks quite nice. Some ships it looks a bit ugh on, but other ships it's like, yeah. Vanity shields and cosmetic stuff is, again, serious business. I know. So see what the time is as well. Yeah, trying to decide what I'm going to do after this. There's a lot to go through, a lot. Whew. So, I'm going to quick look at my build for a second. Right, so, yep, then I've got the energy torpedo, the polar and beam array. The next one I think will be the advanced piezo polar and beam array, but I think I have to get that from the Lucari stuff. I've also got Foron infused polar and beam array, which is basically I've got all the different types of polar on weapons. So it's like gonna be a bit of a rainbow, but that does look quite nice. That ship, that's the one I saw earlier. I thought was a Galaxy variant, but it's not. I love the ship's designs in this game. I really do. Right. Go to. We could go down to Starfleet Academy, but no. I need to be up here because, well, I need to like I say, go speak to Philip Gray. And if you time it right, you can actually just get inside the docking doors, but you've got to have a small enough ship, and you've got to be going pretty fast. But also, they've got tractor beams to stop you from smacking into the side of the station, which is makes sense. I'm so looking forward to playing this mission. I have no idea what happens in it, but like I said, I'm a big fan of Ezri Dax, so I like her being in the game. This pleases me. In fact, I like it when they bring all of them in, but you know. Oh, we've merged with someone. Hang on. Oh, I have to take a screenshot of that. That's hilarious. Oh god, we've been brundled. Yeah, we were on the. I mean, look how many pads there are. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we both got beamed into the same one. Yeah, that was awkward. That was very awkward. Right. Hopefully I've got access to all of this stuff. Oh, fudge me, that was... I thought the shadows when that was going past. Well, I have to admit, Admiral Quinn's got a nice view. He's got all that. He's got the, the shipyards and every so often the ship flies by. Yeah, he's got a good job.
Greetings.
Here we go. What other rewards have been unlocked? There we go. Right. Now, every so often they rerun these recruit events. If you play Star Trek Online, I recommend creating a character whenever one of these recruit events comes up, because it will unlock stuff for both that character and for your entire account. Now, as you can see, I have done all 4 of these. Some of them I haven't 100% completed, but I think it's it might be the Delta one. But as you can see, there is a lot. Yeah, see, a couple of the arcs I haven't finished. because you have to do them like on a certain like Romulan character, things like that. So that you can see there like space traits. Like I say, these are all for the account, which is one of the reasons why you have to wait 20 hours, because this will, give you lots of resources, to spend on things. So it could cause balance issues. So this is why you have to do this. So that's the there's that one. Yep, you can see bonus salvage reward, Q's versus Hook. That's one of the ones that I didn't get a chance to do. Gamma recruit. See, look, 200 marks, 10 mark. Yeah, a lot of them are quite small, but some of them are really, really big in terms of like an Admiralty slot, Tier 5 Specialization Award, and the Klingon one as well. Yeah, I think the Klingon one I didn't do, but if I remember correctly, as long as you start it, you can go back and do this whenever you want. As long as you've actually started and got past, I think, like the first level, there is no time limit. It's just it only becomes active and available during the recruit events. So even if you only play the game like once a month, like I say, whenever the recruit events come up, create an appropriate character and just play it through to get the item, and then take a break if you want to. Like, yeah, look, starship traits, improved hunter's instinct. There we go. Can breach. Yep. So we've got this one as well. Klingon recruitment, bird of prey. Yeah, there you go. I claim that I get a T6 bird of prey because I've unlocked that for my entire account. So you can see this is, there's also a Batleth as well, which is actually, yeah, you can see because I've done other things as well, it is improved, but I need to unlock that one. I think I have to go through one of my, I'm pretty sure I've got a Klingon character, but again, I will just do that whenever I get the chance. You can see quite a few missed items on there, but that's fine. Like I said, there is no time limit. But yeah, there's a lot. So first of all, so Temporal Negotiator, Bridge Officer Power Charger, yeah, I'll take that straight now. The rest of these I will do off stream because there's a lot. Paradox Corrector, yep, I'll get that as well. And you can only claim them once on each account. Actually, you know what, let's just go through. Yep. Yeah, there's no claim all option, unfortunately, which I think there should be, but hey ho. Also, I want to make sure I go through these and I don't want to, like, burn them on something that I don't need. Fleet Project Jumpstart. Look at that. 50 fleet marks and 5,000 fleet-only dilithium. Yeah, that'll be quite nice. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm going too fast, so yeah. I have to go a little bit. This is another reason why I say I'm not going to do it all now. Photonic Engineering. I can have yeah. Seriously, if you haven't, just keep an eye out and create even if you just create a like a joke character that you're fully much not expecting to do stuff properly with. Just it's worth doing it for each of them. I'm going to my inventory after so you can see just how much. I mean, again, you can see from this how much I've got to do. You can kind of see there like dilithium ore, lots of dilithium ore. So again, there's no reason why it takes 20 hours because you could then buy, rinse, buy, rinse, buy, rinse. So yeah, that's all the Delta ones I've unlocked. Obviously, I've still got a few there I need to do. You must claim the story arc reward on a Delta crew before you can claim the reward on a nil. So yeah, that's the only thing is you have to do it on that. Excuse me. You have to do it on that recruit before you can unlock it for the account. But once it's unlocked, it is unlocked permanently. Now, these are permanent account rewards. Plus also the little things you can get within the within the I'll probably like log into one of them after this, actually, so I can kind of show you. But rather than start like a whole new thing now, rather than faffing around. So like that, for example, is Bridge Officer Powers Recharge. I think that's a ship item, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I can pop that into my ship slots. There we go. Wait, no. No. No, you do not mess around like that. That was naughty. No, no, no. You need to stop being naughty. Ugh. You've been a little terrorist today. You do not step on the computer. You know that. I swear she does it just for attention. Right. So this is a paradox corrector, which is appropriate because in what we just did. I think that's a personal item. So yeah, that can go. Pop that in there. You can see that's now just about popped up on there. Restores 50% max health points, can resurrect defeated allies, and can be used whilst defeated. So it's like a second life option. It's like, he's dead, but he shouldn't be. Right. Okay, so we have here, for example, R&D research. I'll claim that right now. And then we got, what's this? This is more R&D research. So looking at this, for example, Delta Recruitment Advanced Reward Lieutenant. A choice of reputation marks. Okay, so it's not a huge amount, but as you can see, if I'm not, say, if I go to my reputation, I'm going to have to pop this over here for a second. As you can see, I need, what is it to do this Delta Alliance? I need 30 Delta marks. So let's just do Delta marks to begin with until I've got enough to activate this. So there we go, I'll go through that. There you go, see Delta marks, brilliant. I'm gonna save all those, and that gets me a Delta Alliance equipment I cannot talk. So one of the reasons why I'm going down the Delta Alliance line is they have infused Polaron, and infused Polaron is basically radiation damage included with your regular Polaron damage. And radiation damage is damage over time in this game. So that Delta Alliance stuff can be used in this build. And I believe actually I do need to get one of the items. What is it? The Photon? Yeah, the Advanced Photon Infused Photon Beam Array. So I believe that unlocks at tier 4. Remember correctly. Yes, you've got Heavy Cannons Advanced Photon Infused Photon Beam Array. Yeah, there we go. So it's part of the ordnance set. So I need to get this up to tier 4, and that will unlock those items, and that's how I can get those particular ones. So see the omnidirectional Photon Beam Array, I can pick that up from something else. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what else we've got here. Temporal marks. Right, so the next one I need to go with is just go for temporal marks. That's quite a few. That's 500. So that'll go quite nicely. I'll take that. Oop. There we go, and that gets me Chronoton, which is unfortunately a version of Anti-Proton. But I believe there is something on here that I do need. I think it's the Chronoton. Where is it? There we go. It could be this. Just again, just get my build up again. Oh, it's chronometric. So I mean, the Chronoton stuff isn't too bad. So obviously you've got the Lucari. Now the competitive war games one is quite interesting because that's the one I mentioned is basically like their based on like the PvP type thing, but it does have a very good engine, that is pretty much used on almost every build. Like I use it on my Vengeance. It is that freaking good. I can't remember exactly what tier it's unlocked. It might be tier 3. Basically, there's a lot of good stuff here. There's a lot of good stuff. That's a shield. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Wow, actually, it might be. Yeah, you've got the deflector, the mine launcher, deflector. Yes, that's the deflectors. Oh, so there you go. It's tier 3 for this one. Tier 3. It's the. You gonna behave? Okay, I forgive you. Thank you for the kiss. I know, but you were being naughty. So this one I want to get up to tier 3, so I probably want to unlock all of them. But I know. Your apology is accepted. Thank you. So where she kind of like the sort of headbutt, kiss my nose. I think that's her way of apologising, because she knows what she did was a bit naughty, which is why I turfed you off the desk. So yeah, that's something I'll be going for with that one. Again, the competitive stuff is themed around PvP, but like I said, the engines are something else. Plus, also the store unlocks can be quite interesting as well. Like I think I've got some here, like the little buffs and things like that. There's sort of general all round fighting, right? And also got the Gamma task force for obvious reasons, because obviously being Gamma Quadrant and everything. Plus, you also want to have a look at what unlocks at the passives and the traits, because there's some of them. Oh, that's one discovery. Oh, I need 5 more discovery marks. Okay, let's do that one. Am I going to be doing stuff with discovery? Let's see what we've got here. Oh no, that's the photonic engineer. Okay, not now. Okay, I'll come back to you. Thank you. Right, so there's 500. That's a bit too many. Let's go with. It's right down the bottom. There we go. Right. So yes, the discovery stuff. Some of the gear that you can unlock from this is pretty good. I think I've only unlocked like tier 1, but where is it? The dark matter quantum torpedo launcher. That is actually pretty good. That is actually a pretty good bit of thing. Where is it? Down here. Here we go. Right. Now it does kinetic damage, but if you look, it adds a stack of dark matter dissolution, which is 85 physical damage, which basically goes straight to the hull, every second for 20 seconds. And critical strikes add 2 stacks. And you can keep stacking that up to, well, basically, if you can do enough stack damage, like rapid fire torpedoes and stuff like that in the what do you call it? In the time frame, yeah, that's a pretty good torpedo. It works even better when you start to enhance it with the other stuff. And again, there's other, like I say, there's other things as well. Like there's the shields there. Task Force Omega is, I believe, themed around the Borg or fighting the Borg. Memory serves me correctly. So you've got like the when this stuff first came out, like the Mako gear and things like that. This was considered to be like the end game gear, but it was so challenging to get. Like you had to do like the TFO stuff was really challenging to do at the time, but it was considered to be the end game, and you had to originally do both a ground mission and the space mission in one hit. I kind of missed that at the same time, but also those missions did go on for quite a while because obviously we weren't I think the level cap was like 50 back then or something. But there's also a very good little item here, I think. Yeah, you can get this. You can get yourself a Borg science officer, the covariant shield array, which was, for the time, was actually pretty good. The assimilated deflector. Now, this is very good for if you're doing a tanky ship, because it kind of helps to Borgify your ship. So you've got the assimilated deflector. Oh, excuse me. There's the sub-transwarp engines, which again, part of the, as you can see there, the autonomous regeneration sequence, which is very good for a tanky ship where you want to just be able to do everything. But I think this is the one I'm after. Yes, this is the other one I am after, the assimilated module. So if you look at that, it gives 0.92 critical chance, critical severity, weapon power setting, which basically gives your weapons more oomph, starship damage control, which improves passive hull regeneration, which you expect for the Borg, them being tough boys, and starship control expertise, which is basically you're less likely to be able to be like tractor beamed or that kind of thing. Again, there's also the cutting beam, which is not bad, but it's not it's a bit dated. And yeah, you've got the Mako, you've got the Omega stuff. Some of these are good beginners sets to go for, but I'm gonna go. Don't. Okay, I'm going to select that and say this does require dilithium, but I've got enough of it, which is one of the reasons why you want to get as much dilithium as you can. So I'm going to take all that, and I need 250 Omega marks. So I think I've got one of them here. That's over 200. I mean, that's 500. Yeah, let's go for. That's quite a bit actually. I'm gonna wait see if I've got another smaller one. But yeah, I have a cat who's been a pain in the butt. I think I'm going to end this a little bit earlier tonight, so I can just go through this and go through all the items and things like that off stream, because it's going to be boring to me. Just going to be going click, 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 open box, click, 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 open box, deal with a grumpy cat, click, click, click. I'm just going to be doing that for the next sort of like 20 minutes, half an hour. So I think, yeah, I'm going to end this early tonight, and then tomorrow, also I'm just trying to sort out that window as well. So tomorrow we're going to be watching more of The Expanse, and again, it's probably only going to be like two episodes. I think that was quite nice. I've got another one of those days where I've got a lot I need to do tomorrow. Not bad stuff, just work-related things I've fallen behind on, and I've got a deadline coming up on Monday, so I need to deal with that. Again, it's not going to take me that long, but it's more mentally tiring than anything else. So I think that'll be a good point for me to end it. Deal with the grumpy cat, and then I'm just going to go through absolutely everything I've got on here, and then by next time I'm playing this, which should be on Tuesday, I may have tweaked the build a bit more. I may have more gear, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, I will say good night, and if you're not joining me for the watch along for The Expanse tomorrow, then have a good weekend. Bye bye.